Hello and welcome. And so our lecture for today is the Traverse and Compass surveys. So this will be the focus of our midterms, no? So all about surveys. Okay, so correcting the surveys, mga nakuha nating traverse, okay, correcting the traverse and the pagkuha ng mga area ng mga traverse na yun, no? So yun yung mga pinaka mahirap na part or let's say focus ng ating midterms ngayon. Okay, so nung prelim pinag-usapan natin yung pagkuha ng mga lengths. Okay, so nung mga huling meeting, pinag-usapan natin yung pagkuha ng direction. Ngayon, pagsasamahin na natin, no, we have the length and direction, tapos saan mo siya i-apply. Okay, so yung pag-usapan natin ngayon. No? So yun yung traverse and compass surveys. Okay, so yan. Horizontal angles plus are the basic observations needed for determining the direction of lines. So napag-usapan natin nung mga last meeting, no, last meeting sa direction of lines, 'di ba? Meron tayong dalawang horizontal angle, 'di ba? We have the azimuth and bearing. So mahalaga yung mga 'yon para ma-determine natin yung mga data for the traverse natin, no. Yan. So the direction of line is the horizontal angle that the line makes with an established line of reference, which is the meridian. Diba? We have different types of meridians if you remember. Yeah, so horizontal angles most commonly observed in surveying are, and we have four. We have the interior, exterior, the angle to the right, and the deflection angles. Okay, so let us differentiate the four. Yeah, so interior angles are the angles between adjacent lines in a closed polygon. So from the word itself, interior, nasa loob ng polygon. So yung mga red dyan, yan ay mga interior angles. Okay, so it can be measured clockwise or counterclockwise. Okay, so and clockwise or counter, so not necessary. So basta may value, no? Okay, so that is interior angle. And one of the property ng interior angles is that the sum of the interior angles, okay, so if you remember on your basic geometry, okay, so that is equal to n minus 2 times 180 where n is the, n minus 2 times 180 where n is the number of sides. Okay, so that is the equation. No? So, sir, saan nanggaling yun? Okay, so class, if you remember class, anong total angle ng ng triangle? That is 180, di ba? Sum of these angles, this is 180. Okay, so class, etong equation na to ay nanggaling sa number of triangles. Class, dito sa figure na ito, ilang triangles ang kaya mong gawin dyan? 1, 2, 3. Okay, tatlo. Paano yung rectangle? 2 triangles. Paano yung triangle? 1 triangle, di ba? Okay, so yan. Class yung relationship between the number of sides and the number of triangles inside na kaya mong gawin by connecting one point to the other points, mga diagonals, no? And ang relationship niyan is that for every side, bawasan mo ng 2, that is the number of triangle. Katulad nito, 3 sides, 1 triangle. 4 sides, 2 triangles. 5 sides, 3 triangles. Okay? So, yan. Dito sa figure na to, you have 3 triangles. Ngayon, ilang degrees ang meron sa bawat triangle? 180. Okay, so, meron kang 180 degrees for this one, 180 degrees for this one, and also for this one. So, ganun siya, di ba? Bilangin mo lang yung triangles, multiply mo ng 180. That is the total value of the interior angles. Okay, so that is a very special property, no? Basic geometry. And exterior angles naman are, well, yun nga, nasa labas, exterior angles. Okay, so located outside the closed polygon and are referred to as explements of the interior angles. Okay, so yun yung kahati, no? Kabiyak niya. Okay? And so the sum of the interior and exterior angles at any station ay equal to 360 degrees. Obviously, di ba? Yan, makita mo dito. Makita mo dito class that the sum is makakabuo ng isang bilog. So anong isang bilog? Last time na pag-usapan natin, isang bilog ay nahati sa 360 degrees, di ba? And so pagka sexagesimal. Okay, so ayan, exterior angles. Angles to the right naman are measured clockwise from the rear to the forward station and can be either interior or exterior angles of a closed traverse. Okay, so ang ibig sabihin nito class is that may interior tsaka may exterior angles na angle to the right. Ano ibig sabihin nun? Class, basta ang angle ay measured clockwise, that is angle to the right. Kunyari class, meron kang ganito. Kunyari yung mga angle sa'yo na binigay ay to the right. Interior angles to the right. Ibig sabihin nun, yung interior angle ay measured clockwise. Mahalaga yun, ha? Mahalaga yun. Yung idea na yun. Okay? There are cases, class, na kapag ang mineasure mo, There are cases, class, that the data is angle to the right, tapos ang mabubuo mo, kapag ka na-drawing mo na siya, puro exterior pala yun. Okay, katulad nito. Ito, class, angle to the right yan, na exterior. Okay? This is interior angle to the right. This is exterior angle to the right. Okay? Basta clockwise siya. Basta clockwise, so that is angle to the right. Okay? Angle to the right. Clockwise. Okay? So, angle to the right can be exterior or interior. Depende sa nag-record. No? So, depende sa data. Pero anyway, angle to the right, basta summary, clockwise, angle to the right. And deflection angles naman are the angles between a line and the propagation of the preceding line. Okay, preceding meaning yung pinanggalingan. So, if you started from this point and then to this point, okay, so, ito yung preceding, ito yung line na tinutukoy. Okay, the angle between the line, ito yung line, and the projection or propagation, okay, yung angle between that, ang tawag dyan ay deflection angle. Okay, so, ito yun. Tapos, class, ito naman. Kapag ito na yung point na kinoconsider mo, this is the line, this is the preceding line. Okay? Ito yung propagation. The angle from the propagation to the next line ay deflection angle. Okay, so yan. Ang deflection angle, class, can be positive or negative, no? Unlike the others na value lang talaga, class. Deflection angles are positive or negative. Depende sa, sa direction, okay? And kapag clockwise, katulad nito, this is a positive deflection angle. Pag negative naman, ito naman, this is negative deflection angle. Okay? Yan, kapag consider mo, class, deflection angles are always less than 180 degrees. Okay, so yan. Yeah, so class, let us now proceed to the traverse. No? So traverse is a series of lines connecting successive points whose lengths and directions have been determined from the field measurements. Okay, so series of lines connecting successive points, ganito itsura nun. Okay, these are the points. Okay, yung lines, obviously, yung straight. Okay, pagka alam mo yung length, alam mo yung direction, ang tawag dyan ay traverse. And syempre, necessary na successive yan, magkakadugtong-dugtong. Okay, kapag a traverse, we have two traverses, no, two types, major types. Okay, we have the open and we have the close. Okay, kapag ka-open, katulad nito, okay, the ending point is not the starting point, no? Yan, hindi siya nagsara. Okay, kumbaga, hindi siya bumalik sa pinanggalingan. Okay, kapag kapag ka-close naman, ito, close ito. Okay, that is a close traverse. Okay, so basically, close traverse is always a polygon, no? Polygon. And so traversing naman is the process of measuring the length and direction of lines of a traverse for the purpose of locating the position of certain points. Okay, so ayan, kapag ka magle-layout ka ng ng perimeter, nung boundary, nung iyong property line, okay, so traversing ang ginagamit natin diyan. Okay, so traverse station naman is any temporary or permanent point of reference over which the instrument is set up. Okay, so ang nangyari niyan, class, para makuha mo yung mga angles, kailangan nandito yung instrument mo. No? So, setup mo dito yung instrument mo. Ito, setup mo dito yung instrument mo. Pati dito, pati dito, pati dito. Kasi dyan mo i-setup para makuha mo yung angles. No? Ang tawag sa mga point na yan ay mga traverse stations. Okay, so traverse lines naman, itong mga to, basically, kahit hindi mo i-define, no? Parang common sense lang. Lines connecting the traverse station, no? Or basically, yung mga lines na na-create mo, pag kinonect mo yung 2 points, ang tawag doon ay traverse lines. Okay, sobrang dali lang, di ba? Madali lang yung terminologies niya. Now, kapag nagta-traverse tayo, we have different ways of determining traverse depende sa angle na mineasure mo. Okay, so kapag ang mineasure mo is interior angles, so basically, class, interior angle traverse yung ginawa mo. Okay, in this case, this is a closed traverse na interior angle traverse. Okay? Interior angle kasi nga, yun yung mga angle na mineasure dito. Okay, so the usual practice in measuring interior angles is in clockwise direction. Okay, so may dahilan bakit clockwise. Okay, so bakit, sir? And class kasi, kapag ka top view, class, kunyari ito yung instrument mo. Ito yung line of sight. Pagka ni-rotate mo yung instrument mo, class, yung angle ay mini-measure niya in clockwise direction. Okay, kunyari, nandito na yung next line of sight mo, class. Okay, ang binibigay niya sa yung angle na data is in clockwise. Kapag titingnan mo sa top view, ha? Clockwise. Okay, for that reason, syempre, alangan namang kontrahin mo pa, na nga, binigay na nga sa'yo nung, di ba, nung instrument mo. Alangan computein mo pa yung kabaliktaran, binigay na nga sa'yo yung clockwise. Okay, so ang nangyayari ngayon, para mapadali yung data natin, di clockwise na lang nire-record natin, which is parang mas naman, no? Parang kung pipili ka ng default clockwise or counter, syempre, doon ka sa clockwise. Okay? Yeah, so clockwise, no, yun yung default. Now, if that is clockwise, so pwede mo rin pala sabihin, class, that this figure is an interior angle to the right traverse. Pwede rin, di ba? Pwede, kasi clockwise eh. Okay, ang ibig sabihin lang nito, class, yung interior angle, pwede rin pa ganun. Okay, pwede rin. Pero, hindi madalas. Okay, kadalasan ang ginagawa sa field is that clockwise. So, kung clockwise siya, so pwede mo rin sabihin that is interior angle to the right. Okay, so angle to the right, ito nga yun. No? Basta ang mineasure mo ay pa-clockwise, so angle to the right yan. Katulad nung kanina, that is also angle to the right. Okay, this is also angle to the right. Pero in this case, class, since the angle is nasa labas, this is exterior angle to the right traverse. Okay, so basically, if you are employing a clockwise measurement, angle to the right yun. No? Ganun lang siya kadali. Okay, so angle to the right is not different, no? From the, hindi siya mutually exclusive. Kumbaga, pwede siyang parehas. Interior angle din, tapos angle to the right din. Exterior and angle to the right din. Pwede rin mangyari yan, no? Ang hindi lang pwede is exterior na nga, interior pa, syempre. Obviously, hindi pwede yan. Okay, anyway, basta clockwise, angle to the right. Another is the deflection. No? So, kapag ka-deflection naman, class, this is used for the survey of roads and other similar surveys. No? So, class, doon sa finals natin, pag-uusapan natin yung, yung horizontal curves. No? So, yung mga ganyan. Okay, so class, ang horizontal curves ay nilalayout using deflection angles. No? Okay, so, mangyari yan. Okay, so, this is your curve. This is the radius. Okay, so, from this point, deflection angle, deflection angle, deflection angle, deflection angle, deflection angle. Para makuha mo yung mga points along the curve, class, para ma-layout mo siya in actual, ang ginagamit natin dyan is mga deflection angles. Okay? Is mga deflection angles. So, ayun na. Okay, so yan. Deflection angles para sa mga curves. Kadalasan, doon natin siya ina-apply. Okay, so horizontal angle may be measured positive or negative. Katulad nga pinag-usapan natin kanina, no? Clockwise, positive. Counterclockwise ay negative. Okay, so dito sa figure na to, so ito ay ginamit sa traverse. Class, this is a closed traverse using deflection angles. Okay, so you have here positive, positive, positive. Puro positive yung mga nito. Mga measurements nito. No? Puro positive deflection angles kasi puro clockwise. Okay? And, sir, ano siya? Clockwise angle to the right din ba siya? Hindi. Okay, kasi kapag ka-angle to the right, class, angle to the right is measured from the back line to the forward line. Okay, ang deflection angle measured from the propagation. Okay, so yun yung pinagkaiba niya, no? Yeah, so azimuth traverse naman is measured clockwise from the north or south end of a selected reference meridian to the line. Okay, so basically, class, if you are using azimuth as your data for the traverse, then that is called an azimuth traverse. So, self-explanatory. Yeah, so compass surveying naman is one of the most basic and widely accepted practice method of determining the relative location of points where a high degree of precision is required. Okay, so class, kaya siya tinawag na compass survey kasi nga gumagamit siya ng compass. Okay, so paano mo pa na-determine yung yung bearings and azimuth? Di ba? Syempre, gagamit ka ng compass. Okay, so kapag gumamit ka ng compass, ang tawag doon sa method na yun ay compass surveying. Okay, kapag nagko-compass surveying tayo, we have two basic operations. Una, syempre, kunin mo yung angles, and second, kunin mo yung length of the lines. Okay, angles for the direction, lengths, obviously, for the distances. Yan, so kapag compass surveys, we have two types. We have the open compass traverse and the closed compass traverse. Okay, so open kapag nagsimula ka sa isang point tapos hindi ka na nag-end katulad nito. Close naman kapag kung saan ka nagsimula, doon ka rin nag-end. Okay, so ayan, closed compass. Okay, so ganun lang yung difference sila, no? Kapag hindi nag-end sa pinanggalingan, open. Pag nag-end sa pinanggalingan, close siya. Okay, so class, kapag nagta-traverse tayo, class, we have these terminologies. So we have the latitude and the departure. Okay, so latitude is the line projection on the reference meridian, or basically, kung titingnan mo yung figure, class, kunyari ito yung line. Ito yung line, ito yung bearing, class, yung projection sa reference meridian, itong part na ito, class, ang tawag dito ay latitude. Okay, ito, latitude yan. Nasa north-south line or nando sa meridian, no? And ang departure naman ay yung nasa east-west line, no? Or yung kumbaga naka-horizontal sa figure mo. Okay? Horizontal sa figure mo. Departure yan. Okay, sa projection naman yan doon sa east-west line natin. Okay, so latitude yung nakatayo, departure yung nakahiga. And by the way, class, ito ay tinitingnan in top view, no? Okay? Hindi yan side view. Top view yan, tong figure na ito. Top view ito. Okay, so basically yan ay nando sa horizontal plane natin. So if we will try to apply trigonometry, okay, so we will see that if this one is the length of the line, L, and so to get a departure, you will use the sine function. No? L sine beta, beta is the bearing, okay, that is the departure. Okay, L cosine beta, that is the latitude naman, no? Latitude. Okay, so to get the length, okay, so syempre, Pythagorean theorem, di ba? Latitude squared plus departure squared, makukuha mo yung length. Okay? Of the line. Parang binalik mo lang sa kaninang L. Ano pa ba? LEC class. LEC is the linear error of closure. Okay? LEC is the linear error of closure, and that is the discrepancy, no? Kunyari nag-close traverse ka, class. Ito yung sinimulan mo, tapos na ganyan ka. Tapos, in actual class, syempre, kung saan nagsimula, doon ka mag-end, di ba? Doon ka mag-end. Pero class, nung kinumpute mo na, since meron yung mga error, no, napag-usapan natin that errors always occur, no, palagi may errors. Okay, because of the errors, class, by computation, ang nangyari, yung coordinate of the last point, nandito. Hindi nagtugma. Kasi dapat, yung coordinate of the last point, kung ano yung coordinate nitong starting point, di ba? Kasi nga nag-close traverse ka pero because of the errors, ang nangyari, nung by computation mo, hindi nag-close. Okay? Yung length nito, distance between the starting and the ending point, sa computation, ang tawag doon is the linear error of closure. Yan yung discrepancy, yan yung error na na-commit mo. And that is computed by, so this is the correction for closure for the departure. This is the closure for the latitude. Kumbaga, yan yung error, no? Okay, yan yung error. Kasi class, kapag pag tayo nagka-close traverse class, dapat, okay, since nagsimula tayo sa, kunyari, dito ka nagsimula, di ba? If the coordinate of this is in 0, 0, dapat mag-end ka in 0, 0 din. Okay, lagyan natin ng values para mas ma-imagine natin. Pero kunyari, dito ka nag-end. Okay, so kunyari, this is 0.1, 0.05. Kunyari, ito yung coordinate nitong point na ito. Okay? Class, since hindi siya nag-end, so ibig sabihin, merong error. Okay, so the distance between these 2 points, ang tawag doon is the linear error of closure. Okay? Yung x component, the departure, ito, ang tawag dito is the CD. Okay, so this is the departure closure. Ito naman yung latitude closure. Okay, yung y component naman ng error. Okay, so ayan, departure closure, latitude closure. Okay, so yung distance, itong distance na to, this is the LEC. Okay, yung discrepancy. Okay, so relative precision ay equal to the linear error of closure over the perimeter. Class perimeter is the length, di ba? Total length. Okay, kumbaga, ganong kalaki yung discrepancy or yung error na commit mo sa bawat perimeter or kung ganong karami or ganong kahaba yung mineasure mo. Okay, so ayun, parang basic din, no? Parang nung prelim lang din, no? Error over the length, okay, or the true length. In this case, the true length is the perimeter, no? Perimeter. Obviously, syempre, yung perimeter, dapat several times mineasure yan, no? So, parang magamit po siya sa relative precision. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, so kapag ka nagta-traverse tayo, sabi nga natin, 'di ba, class, there are cases, no, or almost every time kapag ka nag-gather ka ng data tapos tinry mo i-compute, palaging hindi magko-close yung traverse kasi nga mayroong mga errors, no, na nako-commit natin na hindi natin alam. Okay, mga random errors or yung iba na commit natin, alam natin tapos hinayaan na lang. Okay, so may mga ganun, no. So, to correct for those adjustments, we have two methods, no. We have the compass rule and the transit rule. Okay, so yun yung pag-uusapan natin ngayon, no. Paano natin kino-compute yung mga corrections. Now, yung compass rule and transit rule, magkaiba ng procedure, no? Pero parehas siyang acceptable. Okay, parehas acceptable, yun nga lang, may lang. Magkaiba kasi sila ng assumption eh. Okay, so, pag-usapan natin yun ngayon. Yan, so compass rule class is based on the assumption that all lengths were measured with equal care and all angles were taken with approximately the same precision. Yan, so for the compass rule class, the assumption is that the errors are distributed depende sa length, okay, or distances ng lines. Class, ganito yan, class. Kunyari, ito yung traverse mo. Class, di ba may error? Ang mangyari niyan, class, every line, kailangan mo i-correct, no? Kailangan mo i-adjust. Okay, ngayon, kapag i-distribute natin yung total error, class, ang mangyari is that the more na mahaba yung line, the more na may correction din siya. Which is obvious naman, or logical naman, di ba? Pag mas mahaba yung line, syempre, mas malaki dapat yung correction nun. Okay? So, ang mangyari ngayon, class, the correction for departure of the line, CD, na maliit, okay, ay equal to the total correction times the distance or length of the line over the total length. Parang gano'n, di ba? Okay. Mas malaki yung distance niya, mas malaki yung correction para sa kanya. Which is logical naman, okay? So, ganun yung assumption sa compass rule. Okay, so for latitude naman, okay, so C sub L, this is the correction for the line. This is the total correction for the latitude. Okay, i-distribute mo yan, paano yun? I-multiply mo siya, no? It's length over the perimeter. Okay, mamaya, mas ma-imagine mo yan kapag may data na tayo, no? Okay, so anyway, yan. Yung corrected length of the line ay equal to the corrected departure squared plus the corrected latitude squared. So basically, ganito lang yan, no? If this is the length of the line, this is the corrected departure, this is the corrected latitude. Okay, so basically, class, Pythagorean theorem, di ba? This is right angle eh. Departure latitude, di ba? Always perpendicular. Okay, so Pythagorean theorem, makukuha mo yung L prime or the corrected length. Okay, so ganun lang siyang kadali. Okay, ulitin natin. To summarize the compass rule class, dinidistribute natin yung corrections based on the length of the line. Okay, the greater the length of the line, the greater the correction for that line. Okay, so makikita natin yan sa sample problem mamaya. Okay, so try natin. No? So we have here a given data. No? So and given are the observed data for a traverse obtained just from a transit tape survey. Okay, so gumamit siya ng transit to get the angles. Gumamit siya ng taping to determine the distances. Okay, so determine the latitude and departure of each course and balance these quantities by employing compass rule. Also determine the linear error of closure, the bearing of the side of error, and the relative precision of closure. Yeah, so class, itong kulay black, ito yung given data sa atin. So class, ito. The lengths and the bearings. Okay, so compute muna natin ano ba yung mga mga components, no, mga departure and latitude. Okay, so ayan. Class, to get the departure, class, sabi nga natin, this is L sine beta. This is L cosine beta. If bearing, okay. Ngayon mo lang, substitute mo lang yan. Yung L for AB, 647.25. The bearing is 53 degrees, 4 minutes, 43 seconds. Substitute mo, you will get a departure of 517.4508. Okay? Ganun din dito sa latitude, no? Substitute mo lang yung bearing, no? Pero gamitin mo cosine. Okay, you will get 38.8152. Ganun muna gawin mo, no? I-fill out mo muna yung table. Substitute mo lang, direct sub lang. Okay, makuha mo yung mga values. Now, sir, saan nanggaling yung sign? Okay, so ganito, meron tayong sign convention, no? For departure class, departure is the east-west line, di ba? Ang east ay positive, ang west ay negative. Okay? Departure, east, positive. Okay lang? Pag latitude, meron din tayong positive sign convention class. North, positive, south, negative class. South, negative, latitude, ayan, negative. Oh, by the way, no, try mo i-fill out to. Fill out mo lang, madali lang, recta sub lang, no? Substitute mo lang dito, tsaka dito. Kaya makuha mo itong mga values na to. Okay, yung mga signs manggagaling doon sa ito, sa mga ganito. Sa kung saan yung papunta yung bearing. Okay, try natin class. Departure, yung mga departure, lahat ng mga east, positive. Okay, departure lahat ng may east, positive. Okay, makikita mo yung A, B, B, C, and C, D, puro east. Okay, so makikita mo, departure is positive, positive, positive. West, yung DE and EA, so negative, negative. Okay, ganun siya, no? Ngayon class, kapag ka latitude naman, okay, so positive north, okay, so this is north, and north, north, positive, positive. Tapos, all the rest are south, so all the rest are negative. So, ganun lang. Mayroon na tayong departure, mayroon na tayong latitude, so ang gagawin mo, ipagsasama-sama mo lahat yan. Okay? Pag plus-plusin mo lahat, makikita mo that the data will not be equal to 0, no? Or sorry, the closure will not be equal to 0. May butal. Okay, so the closure for departure is 0.0256 and for the latitude is 0.0760. Okay lang? Okay, ngayon, so ganito yung ibig sabihin yan if i-interpret natin, no? Kunyari, dito ka nag-start. Since the closure is positive departure, positive latitude, so ibig sabihin, nag-end ka somewhere nasa kanan and nasa taas. Okay? Dito ka nagsimula, dito ka nag-end. Which is hindi dapat ganun yung nangyari kasi in actual, ang ginawa mo, dito ka talaga nag-end, di ba? Pero yung data mo, ang sinasabi ng data mo, uy, dito ka lang nag-end eh. Kasi nga, may error. May error yung data. So, ang gagawin natin, i-correct natin. Dapat, ito, malipat doon. Okay, paano malilipat yun dyan? We will do corrections. Okay, so i-adjust natin yung data natin. Okay, we will adjust the data. Hindi natin uhulaan. Okay, obviously, we will do corrections, no? To adjust the data. Ngayon, class, etong part na ito, this is, the length of this one is 0.0256 and the length of this one is 0.0760. Okay, so, ayan na. Ito yung LEC, yung length nito, this is the LEC. Okay? Ngayon class, ayan o, ayan yung correction natin, no? So, the total correction for the departure is 0.0256. Total correction for latitude is 0.0760. Paano natin distribute yan? Ganito gagawin mo, class. Departure muna. Okay, dito muna tayo. Correction for the departure of every part. Okay. Class, since positive yung correction for, positive yung error for the departure, kailangan, di ba, nag-end ka dito. Nasa east side. Na kailangan mo siyang ilipat sa west, no? I-move mo unti-unti pa west. So, ang gagawin mo, lahat class ng mga data dito, lahat ng mga departure, i-move mo ng unti sa west. So, paano yun? Yung mga departure na positive, babawasan mo. Yung departure na negative, dadagdagan mo. Para mag-move siya ng unti pa sa west, no? Para mag-zero yung correction. Okay, so ganun yung idea. Ngayon class, since the error is positive, so yung correction dapat negative. Kaya makita mo dito, the correction CD, negative lahat. Para ma-adjust nga natin, para mag-move nga pa west, di ba? Kasi negative departure is west, di ba? Positive to, sobra sa east, so i-move natin sa west. Ganun yung idea, no? Paano natin i-distribute? Sabi natin, di ba, pag compass rule, i-distribute mo according to the length. Mas mahaba yung length, mas malaki yung correction. So, ganito mangyari. 0.0256 times the length, 647.25 over the total length, or basically the perimeter, that is 2466. Try mo, class. Okay, lagyan mo na negative dito para hindi mo na malimutan, no? Okay, negative kasi nga dapat yung correction ay opposite doon sa sign of the error, di ba? So try mo yan, class, lalabas itong value na to, 0.067. Okay? Yan yung sa AB. Paano naman yung BC? Ang gawin mo lang, class, burahin mo lang to, palitan mo lang ng length of BC to 3.03. Makakuha mo 0.0021. Negative. Okay, paano naman yung CD? Burahin mo lang to, 720.35. Makakuha mo 0.0075 negative. Okay, and so on and so forth. Okay, so ganun lang sa sa departure. Paano naman yung latitude? Okay, so sa latitude, parang departure lang din. Okay, so the correction for latitude, the closure for latitude is positive. So dapat bawasan mo yung positive, no? Negative ang gagawin natin dito. Yan, so ang gagawin natin, yung positive 0.0760, gagawin natin negative, no? Papalitan mo yung sign para maging correction siya. Okay, didistribute natin yung 0.0760 according to the length, no? So, kung correction sa latitude ng AB, that is 647.25. Okay? Solve mo yan, makukuha mo 0.0200. For BC, palitan mo lang yan, gawin mong 203.03. Makukuha mo 0.0063 negative. Okay, and so on and so forth. Okay, so yan, meron na tayong mga corrections. Gagawin na natin, i-correct na natin. So klaseng gawin mo lang. Pag-plusin mo lang ito, makuha mo to. Okay, syempre include yung proper signs, no? So, ayan. 517.4508 minus 0.0067. Okay, so you will arrive with 517.4441. Class, siguro ito na lang, no? Yung iba kasi, class, ang nangyari, since binigay ko yung solution, akala nila, alam na nila. Okay, so, andyan di ba? Mga common sense, diniscuss ko, medyo, naka-follow naman ako kahit paano. Okay, tapos pagdating doon sa exam, hindi nila mapalabas yung tamang sagot kasi hindi nila ito mapa-zero. Kasi, yun nga, di ba? Corrected na itong mga to eh. So, dapat, yung sum ng corrected, 0 na dapat. Ang nangyari, class, hindi nila mapa-zero. Okay, so, hindi nila alam, ano bang gagawin? So, ipa-plus ba ito, ima-minus ba ito? So, hindi ko sila sinagot. Okay, bakit hindi natin kailangan sagutin yung mga ganang bagay? Kasi diniscuss naman natin, di ba? Diniscuss natin, tapos akala nila, alam na nila, hindi na nila pre-practice. Okay, so pagdating ng exam, hindi pala sila prepared, no? Doon lang nila nalaman na hindi pala nila naiintindihan. Okay, so please, kahit nakalagay na dito yung solution, please try to solve this on your own. Okay, hindi porke nakalagay na dito yung solution, sige, alam ko na yan. Tapos magpapanik ka sa exam kasi hindi mo palabas yung sagot. Okay? Try to solve this on your own. Kahit nandito na, try mo palabasin, no? Kaya mo palabasin itong values na to. Try mo, di ba? Para alam mo kung ano yung mga mali sa pagkakaintindi mo sa discussion. Try mo palabasin. Okay, so anyway, ayun na. Pagsamahin na lang natin, no? Okay, so since puro mga negative to, so isubtract mo lang, no? Okay, so class, makikita mo dito, yung positive values, bumaba yung values niya, di ba? Yung negative values, lalong tumaas yung pagka-negative. Kasi nga, dinadagdagan natin yung west, di ba? For the departure. For the latitude naman, ganun din, no? Yung mga positive, bumaba yung mga values. Yung mga negative, lalong tumaas. Kasi nga, dinadagdagan natin yung south. Okay, so ganun gumagana yung corrections natin for compass rule. Okay, yan. So that's it for the compass rule. Okay, so practice mo na lang to. Tapos, class, ang maganda dito, kapag napa-zero mo to, alam mo na tama yung sagot mo. Kung napa-zero mo, na tama. Okay, kasi yung ginagawa ng iba parang hindi naman nila napa-zero, parang mali-mali yung mga value dito, tapos nilagay na lang 0 dito. Para lang masabi na na-close nila. Okay, so class, hindi ko naman chinecheck yung 0, ang chinecheck ko yung individual na parts. Ito, check ko to. Okay, kahit lagay mo dyan 0, kung hindi mo naman napa-0, class, 0 pa din yung score mo. Parang ganun, no? Yan, kasi yung iba class dinadaya parang ang iniisip lang nila, basta 0 yun, kahit maliin dito, ang check lang naman si sir, yung final lang naman. Bala kayo, pag ganun, no? Bala kayo. Ganyan ginagawa ng iba, dinadayan nila, hindi naman nila napa-0, tapos, nilalagay nila 0. Okay, so, mali. Okay, so, ayan. Huwag nyo nang dayain. Hindi naman kayo makakalusot pag ganun. Okay? And so, ito yung check ko dyan. Okay, so kapag mali yung correction, or yung final, yung corrected, sorry. Pag mali yung corrected, then mali yung sagot. Ganun na siya. Yeah, so class, these are the other terms na tinatanong sa atin. No? Aside from the corrected values nung latitude and departure, pinapahanap sa atin the linear error of closure. Okay, binigyan na sa ating equation na diniscuss natin that this equation came from Pythagorean theorem lang, di ba? So, Pythagorean theorem, ayan na. Class, bearing of the side of error, or basically class, bearing of misclosure. Okay, another term. Okay, bearing of misclosure tells you which of the line is the contains the most error, parang ganun. Kung saan ka man nagkamali, di ba? Parang kumbaga, kung meron mang pinakamali doon sa mga values na nakuha mo, or kunyari, kung meron ka mang malaking error na nakomit, nasaan yun? Okay, ito yung nagsasabi. Okay, so class, yung gagawin mo lang dyan, class. Sabi, di ba? Yung correction natin, or sorry, yung closure natin for departure is positive. Yung correction natin for latitude is positive then, so plus yung ending point around nandito. Yung bearing nito, class, ang tawag dyan is the bearing of misclosure or bearing of the side of error. Okay, ito yun. Now, class, kapag i-compute mo yan, di ba? Ano lang yan, no? Parang, ito yung sa CD, ito yung CL, ito yung angle. Okay, so, gamitan mo lang ng tangent function, di ba? Tangent beta ay equal to CD over CL. Okay, so i-artan mo para makuha mo yung bearing. Okay, so ayan. The value is 18 degrees, 18.6 degrees. Okay, so the direction is, titingnan mo dito sa figure. Okay, so this is going to northeast quadrant. So this is north 18 degrees, 18.6 degrees pala, sorry. 18.6 degrees east. Okay, so that is the bearing of misclosure or the bearing of the side of error. Okay, so ano ibig sabihin ng class? Ngayon, tingnan mo doon sa data kanina. No? Hindi ko lang mabak kasi PowerPoint ako. Okay, so anyway, yan, tingnan mo doon class. Ang pinakamalapit sa north 18.6 degrees east ay yung CD. Okay, yung bearing na CD, yun yung pinakamalapit dito. Kaya ano ibig sabihin nun? CD is the line most likely course with the distance blunder. Okay, so ito yung tawag dito. Ito yung conclusion dun sa book. Kaya yung sinasabi. Okay, or kung in layman's term, ibig sabihin yan, class, kung merong may pinakamali or pinakamaraming error na nakomit ka doon sa mga distances or measurements na kinuha mo, okay, nandun yun sa CD. Okay, yun yung may pinakamalaking error. Okay, so yun yung interpretation niya, no? And so relative precision naman, that is the total error, that is the linear error of closure over the perimeter. Okay, so yan. So, yung iba siguro nalilito pa, no? Sir, paano yan kino-convert? Pero dapat alam mo na to sa prelim, eh. 2, 4. Para magpunta ka siya sa gantong form, gagawin mo, i-divide mo yung numerator tsaka denominator. Okay? Anong pang di-divide mo? Yung value ng numerator. Ano yan? Basic, di ba? Basic algebra. At algebraic manipulation lang. Okay, yan. Kapag tinry mo yan i-divide ng ganyan, class, makikita mo, yung numerator, okay, 0.0802 divided by 0.0802, okay, 1. Okay, 2466 divided by 0.0802, okay, makakuha mo, 30,748.13. Okay, and if ever na meron tayong discrepancy sa values, okay, sinolve ko kasi to using exact values. Okay, so if ginamit mo yung nando sa table in 4 decimals, yan, siguro meron lang tayong konting discrepancy, no? Kasi yung ginagamit ko is exact. Okay? Yan, pero parehas pa rin naman yun. Pero yan nga, sa exam, syempre, mas exact, mas maganda. Okay, so, this is it for sample problem 1. Yeah, so next naman is the transit rule. So, transit rule naman is parang compass rule din, pero iba lang ng onti yung assumption. Okay, sa compass rule, dinidistribute natin yung error based on the length of the line, di ba? The greater the length, the greater the correction for that line. Okay, so ganun sa compass rule, no? Kapag transit rule naman, ganito naman, no? Dinidistribute natin siya depende sa component ng line na yun. Okay, paano yung component? No? Ang basehan natin dito is the departure and latitude naman. Kanina, length perimeter, di ba? Ngayon, ang distribution natin is departure over the total departure and latitude over the total latitude. In absolute value, kumbaga nire-neglect muna natin yung mga sign, no? Basta total length, no? Parang perimeter din, no? Parang ganyan ginagawa natin. Okay, so the corrected length is still corrected departure squared plus the corrected latitude squared. So, ganun pa rin, no? Wala nagbago. Ang nagbago is yung distribution of the error. And so, class 3 natin sagutan ulit yung kaninang sample problem pero using ano naman, no? Using the transit rule naman. And so, ito yung data class. Kung i-compare mo dun sa previous class, and makikita mo departure and latitude correction, parehas lang. Okay? The errors, parehas din. Okay, sa nagkaiba, okay, nag-iba simula dito hanggang dito. Okay, kasi nagkaiba ng way kung paano nila dinidistribute yung errors. Okay? Class, paano yung distribution? Class, ganito class. Ang gawin mo, ipag-sum mo lahat nitong mga departure na ito. Okay, so yun yung magiging denominator. Okay, try natin class. Correction sa departure for AB, so we have negative. Diba, babalik tayo mo yung sign para maging correction siya. Okay, the departure of AB is 517 point, tama nga. 4, kala ko mali yung tinitingnan ko. Okay, that is the departure of AB. Now, divide it by the total values of the departure, no? Neglect mo yung sign, ipag-plus-plus mo lang lahat yan. Yeah, so kapag ka tinry mo yan isama, ang makukuha mong value is 1,432.58. Okay, so try mo yan i-simplify, class, makikita mo the correction of CD is 0.0092. Okay, depende doon sa latitude and departure na, no, hindi na doon sa length niya. Okay, try natin correction for the departure sa BC para mas maintindihan natin. So, ang gawin mo lang, baguhin mo to, no, palitan mo nung departure ng BC. Okay, so the departure of BC ay 5.9661. So, the value is negative 0.0001. 0001. Okay, tatlong 0. Yan, makita mo dito class no? The departure of AB 500. Tapos ito, nasa 5 point something lang. E, makikita mo, di ba? Siyempre, mas malaki dapat yung correction sa mas malaking departure. So, ganun siya dinidistribute dito, no? Okay, so depende sa component, no? Kung departure yung i-correct mo, depende sa departure niya. Kung latitude yung i-correct mo, depende sa latitude niya. Okay, so last for the departure, no, ikaw na lang mag-try ng iba. Okay, so for CD, the departure is 192.8888. Okay, so try mo yan, class, ang lalabas is negative 0.0034. So that is the correction for the departure of CD. Okay, so paano naman yung latitude? Okay, so for the latitude, syempre, gamitin mo yung error sa latitude or closure sa latitude. Okay, so 0.076. Okay? For AB, the latitude of AB is 388.8152. Okay, so no need to include the sign, ha? Dito sa sa procedure na to, hindi mo i-include yung sign. Okay, so you are only concerned with the magnitude, no? So do sa lang sa mga ganong kahaba. Okay, yun lang yung ginagamit natin dito. Okay, the latitude over the total latitude, no? So total latitude, ulitin ko lang, sinosolve yun using absolute values, no? Neglect mo muna yung mga sign. Okay, so isa mo lahat ng mga latitude dyan, yun yung denominator. Yeah, so according to my computation, the value of the sum of the latitude is 1,695.43. Okay, so to get the correction for the latitude of AB, and simplify mo lang yan, tapos makikita mo the value of the correction is a negative 0.0174. Yan. So, yung sa BC naman, gagawin mo lang, papalitan mo lang yung latitude dito, lagay mo yung latitude ng BC. Okay, so, the latitude of BC is 202.9423. Okay, so you will arrive with this one. And so on and so forth, na paulit-ulit. Tapos, ang gagawin mo na, pag nakuha mo na yung mga correction for the latitude and departure, kunin mo na yung corrected latitude and departure, no? Okay, so this is the corrected. Okay, so, na-adjust na. Okay, so ngayon mo lang, pagsamahin mo lang to. Okay, isama mo yung sign. Okay, so, nakita mo, since puro negative yung mga corrections, ano mangyari? Yung mga positive values, mababawasan. Kaya na nabawasan. Yung mga negative values, tataas. Kasi nga, dinadagdagan mo yung negative side eh. Kasi nga, minumove mo siya sa pa-west. No? Kasi ang sobra dito ay east positive eh. minumove mo pa west, yung latitude naman, minumove mo naman pa south. Yeah. And now, class, alam mo na tama yung ginawa mo if nag-zero yung corrected departure and latitude mo. Okay, kapag nag-zero yan, okay, tama yung ginawa mo. Okay? Yan. So, kapag ka ikaw ay nagra-round off, obviously, hindi siya magko-close. Kaya sana, kapag ka sinabi kong 5 decimals yung gamitin mo, mas maganda kung gamitin mo 7 or 8. Okay? Kasi kapag ka 5 decimals yung hiningi ko, tapos 5 decimals ka nag-round off, magkakaroon tayo ng discrepancy doon. Okay? Kapag sinabi kong 3 decimals, mas maganda siguro kung mag-round off ka sa 6th or 7th or 5, no? Mga ganun. Okay? Pero yun nga, lagi mong mas maraming decimal, mas maganda. Okay? Mas maraming decimal, mas maganda. Kasi nga, kapag ka nagra-round off ka sa mga intermediate steps na, kunyari, 2 decimals, especially pag 2 decimals, parang useless. Ba't mo pa kinorek kung 2 decimals ka rin naman nagra-round off pala, di ba? Kasi tingnan mo yung kinokorek mo, 0.02 meters. That is 2 centimeters. Di ba? Kung kinokorek mo, tapos nire-round off mo sa second decimal, parang pinagul mo lang lalo, di ba? Lalo mo lang ginawa ng discrepancy or error yung data mo. Okay, we are doing corrections para maging accurate to the, para maging accurate talaga yung data natin, no? Para mag-zero yung error. Okay? Pag nire-round off mo siya, useless, di ba? Parang ginugulo mo din yung solution mo. Okay, anyway, ilang, no? Mas exact, mas maganda. Kaya na siya. Yeah, so this is the computation for the linear error of closure and the bearing of misclosure pati do sa relative precision, no? And if you will compare it to the previous solution do sa sample problem 1, kasi makikita mo parehas lang. Okay, so transit rule and compass rule parehas na sila sa value of the linear error of closure, sa sa bearing of misclosure, sa relative precision, parehas lang yan. No? Saan lang sila nag-iba? Do sa corrected values kasi magkaiba sila ng assumptions. Okay? And so I think this is one of the two hardest part ng ating midterms. No, first is the correction. Second, more difficult part is the computation ng area. No? So that will be the last topic for the midterms. Okay, so if you understood this one properly or if you understood this one well, so very good for you. Okay, so nalagpasan mo na isang mahirap. Okay, so yung pangalawang mahirap na lang yung area computation. And if madalian ka doon, then very good, no? Ibig sabihin, almost mapaperfect mo yung midterms, okay? And so, last term na perfect naman nila, so I think there's no reason for you not to be able to do it again, no? Okay? Pero yan, ulitin ko lang, no? Hindi siya bigay, hindi siya sobrang dali, okay? Medyo tricky, medyo mahirap, pero solvable, no? Ganun naman lagi tayo. Okay, so yun lang, no? Siguro, aralin pa rin maigi, no? Pag maging kampante, okay? Kung makikita mo dito sa solution dito, this is lang, no? Tawag dito. Madali lang kasi procedural lang, no? Pero understand the concept, no? Bakit ba dapat nagsi-zero? Okay, bakit ba dapat ganun. Okay, tanungin mo yung sarili mo, bakit ginagawa ito? Bakit ganito yung solution? Bakit ganun yung computation? Okay, kapag naintindihan mo yung class, wala ka nang dapat ikatakot sa exam na sobrang dali lang na exam if naintindihan mo yung mga concepts. Okay, ano yung mga properties ng closed traverse, ng open traverse, ano ba yung sa closed, di ba? Kapag ka-closed, dapat the sum of the latitude and departure, 0, mga ganan, and others. Okay, so ayun lang, focus on the concepts and the ideas. No? Kapag ka nakuha mo yon, then kayang-kaya mo na yung mga exams. So that's it for this topic. So see you again next discussion or next meeting. And so thank you.